Hey girls, welcome to Girls Start Over. My name is Star and I help women heal from heartbreak and reclaim their life with the Lord, okay, period. I recently just recorded a video on live and then literally I pressed the wrong audio with my phone, so I'm re-recording. But this video right now is going to be for stay-at-home moms who are in a situation you're not married. You are with this man who is essentially controlling you financially. He takes care of all the bills, and you have this baby. You know you don't want to be with him no more, but you also don't have any money to leave. So you feel like you got to stay in this abusive, toxic, manipulative, gaslit relationship, and you're just stuck and you don't know what to do because he doesn't want to pay for daycare. You don't have the money to pay for daycare. You don't have the help, the support, the village that you need, and you don't know what to do. So we're going to get in this today because we're going to cover some options financially for women who are in this position. I have been in this position before. And what I'm going to start out doing is telling the girls how I once was in this position. Okay. Now, I'm in this exact same position from the perspective of I never lived with the man. And so I'm like very clear to tell women that I've never lived with the man. The only thing I've ever helped women do was like walk through them leaving a man, like and living with them. But I was in a position before where the person I had kids with had paid me at one point when I first had our daughter to stay at home with the baby because he didn't want to help me with daycare or whatever the case may be, right? This was just at this time. He's like, it would be cheaper for me to just pay you, but it wasn't that much money. Okay. And I really didn't like that. So what I did was I started a lash business and I started a lash business. I got like custom packaging and all of the things. And I ended up like selling out of lashes. And the reason I wanted to, and I actually started selling the lashes on Facebook Marketplace, but then I eventually got a website. I had learned how to build websites at this time. I knew nothing about building a website before, but I learned how to do those things. And I've also been in times where, in the past, maybe I wasn't able to go to work like that or do things that I wanted to do because I had the kids or had a kid. So just that freedom to go the way that I wanted to, it just really wasn't there. I've been through seasons where I didn't have a job. I've been through seasons where I made money with entrepreneurship and different things like that. So this video is just intended to be helpful. So the first thing I want every woman to know who is in this position. Okay. One, you're not obligated to stay in an abusive relationship. You are not obligated to stay with a man because you have his child, and you are not obligated to be with somebody who is abusing you. You're not obligated to be with someone who is manipulating you, and you're not obligated to be with someone who is gaslighting you and treating you in a way that you know that is not right. Okay. So we don't have to, and y'all, my son is up. Okay. So if he calls me, I'll take a little pause for that. But you are not obligated to stay in those things. And I think sometimes like you can feel like you have to stay in it because you have a baby with this person. You're not married to this person though. Listen to me. You're not married to that man. That man hasn't married you. He's probably cheating on you in some capacity. And if he hasn't cheated on you, he is not doing what he needs to do for you. Okay. No man who loves you is going to manipulate you and control you with money, not get you the things that you absolutely need, but going to leave you at home taking care of the baby all day. Like being a stay-at-home mom is not bad because I'm a stay-at-home mom right now. I'm a single stay-at-home mom, but being a stay-at-home mom is beautiful, like if you want to be there and be present with your babies. But if you're a stay-at-home mom only because a man made you a stay-at-home mom and he sat you down from your good career as a nurse, your good career in corporate or whatever, and he wanted to take care of you, and the relationship goes bad and now you don't have any money, now there's a different problem. So the first thing to know is this: you do not have to stay stuck. And that's what every woman needs to understand. Money is not a reason to stay in a toxic or abusive relationship. Do not let money keep you tied to that man. God has a plan for you and still something beautiful he can do with your life. And yes, when we have kids with the wrong person, does it absolutely delay some stuff? I genuinely believe that it can. However, God can literally restore your life once you come back into his will. So nothing is too hard for God to overcome. So that's the first thing to really understand about it. You're not obligated to be with him. You're not obligated to stay with him. And I don't care how many years it's been. You don't got to keep staying in that situation. Okay. The second thing is to understand that you can do this with the Lord. You absolutely can figure this out. A lot of women who have been in this situation, and I know from just talking to women, feel like they can't figure it out because this man has everything. He has the car, he has the apartment, he has this, he has that. He's controlling your movement, controlling what you do, and everything you need costs money, and you can't do something if he doesn't want you to do it. So the first thing to understand is that one, this man also is not your savior. He's not Jesus Christ. So this man cannot do more for you than God can do. But you have to ask God to come in and provide for you and show you like what to do so you can actually get that help. This is all first in your mind. Girl to girl, it's in your mind. What you believe in your mind and what you believe about yourself and at this moment about you and about money is going to determine how you can get out of this and what can actually happen for you. Okay. So I keep saying the first thing, but it's really not the first thing. I don't know where I'm getting that from, but I just keep saying the first thing. All right. So now that we have covered that, you don't have to stay stuck in an abusive and a toxic relationship, in a relationship with a man cursing at you, in a relationship with a man who has shown you over and over again he doesn't want to be with you. Like, it's apparent. Great. So how do you get yourself together so you can get you and the baby out of the situation with him where you're solely dependent on him? All right. So we talked a little bit about the mindset. However, to go deeper into the mindset, it's really believing that you can and believing that God can also get you out of the situation if you ask him. Now, also, you have to learn about money and different ways that you can make money and learn that you can make money. When you don't know something or that you can't make money and you don't know what you can do, like, you literally become stuck only because you don't know that there's another way. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So healing your mindset about money, about yourself, about your identity, about what you think about you. Okay. Because God does have a plan for you and your life isn't over because of this. You're not just his baby mother. You're not just some type of stay-at-home mom. You're not just this person with this thing. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what you can do to make money at home for real. Like, how can you make money if you don't have a village, you don't have somebody to watch your kids all day, and you're not at the position to pay for daycare, and you also not in a position to just go to work because he's not going to watch the baby for you. He's not just going to make it that easy for you. You don't have somebody who consistently, faithfully watch the baby. So what can you do? These are some ways that you can make money at home. Okay. So the first thing I want every woman to know, what we're going to talk about for a brief period of time, is finding purpose and finding like what you're good at with your life. Okay. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because in my life, when I was going through this at first, like when I had my very first baby, and then before I even started selling lashes, I felt so confused about my life. At one point, I thought I really wanted to be an author. I knew I wanted to be an author. And it was like, as soon as I had met that man, them dreams to become an author really like left me. They went down and I didn't even have time to focus on anything I wanted to do anymore because I came so wrapped up into that person. All the dreams and stuff I had, it was like they literally started to leave me and I became someone so different. And so I also remember at a point in time feeling purposeless, feeling like I didn't know what to do. I feel like God didn't really have a plan for me. What would God want to do with me, especially because now I'm a single mom? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I kind of messed up a little bit too bad, but I really didn't know what was going to happen to me in the future. And so I genuinely, had this idea to start a lash business. I believe it was God, giving me a little nudge, like, girl, come on, do something. But I started that lash business. I knew it was something that I always had wanted to do. And that was the first way I tried like healing and getting back to myself. But this video isn't about healing. It's about if somebody's controlling you with finances. So we're going to continue talking about finances. But I just wanted to give like a backstory on that because I was hurting. It was a lot going on, but the business was something that did help me. And then learning how to do websites. And that was a skill that I built in this time. Now, here is what I want everybody to know. This was the worst time of my life. I want everybody to know that was literally the worst year of my life, having my daughter. I love her. She is a blessing and God turned that whole thing around. She's amazing. The issue was not with her ever. It was all the trauma and things I was going through with the person that I had kids with that made that a very bad time. However, okay, starting that business showed me that one, I could learn a skill, and two, I could learn how to make money, and three, I could do something that I actually liked. Okay. So I actually started a lash business. And at that time, I believe it was called Star Quality Care. And I got custom packaging and all of the things. But in the midst of this, like I said, I learned how to do websites. The reason I'm telling you I learned how to do websites, and this is so important, is because today I get paid to make websites for people. But I started making my own websites because I didn't know who to go find to pay to make me a website. And I also probably wasn't going to pay for it. I learned how to do that I think that was in 2019 or in 2020, but I think it was mostly 2019. So you have to really sit and analyze your life and begin to think about what it is you actually wanted for you. And it's so hard to sit and think about this, but once you start having a baby with somebody, you have a couple of things. You got your hormones, okay? That whole thing, once you have a baby and it's feeling like you don't know who you are, you feel lost, you don't look how you used to look, you don't do the things that you used to do, you feel stuck, you always in the house, you have that. You might have postpartum depression or just life depression because of the things that's going on. You might feel extremely sad, you might feel extremely unloved because of the things this man might be putting you through, like you guys are living together, like all you are good for is being used for sex and food, right? You might have that going on, and then you got the baby crying, then you got that you barely can take a shower because the baby is together, and then like you always got to be on for the baby. So you have all these different things combating you, and you don't even know who you are anymore. You just got lost literally in the day-to-day of being a mom, stay-at-home mom, whatever the case may be. You don't like it, you don't know how to leave. You also probably don't know how to tell anyone because people are not going to take you serious. It might look like you live in a dream life, and everybody might just be like, girl, get over it. So I get it. But I want you to take a moment, and I really want you to think about what it is that you actually wanted for you, and what's something that actually makes you happy. For me, I always loved makeup. Like, makeup was that thing. And just for a little backstory, I want to tell you why this was so important. So I was very beautiful, and I'm beautiful now, okay? But at the time, once I got pregnant with my daughter, and a little before, one, I started to kind of let myself go, right? A little bit, but mostly it was once I got pregnant, I started to let myself go. Skechers ain't bad, but y'all, if I could upload a video, I don't know if I can. I upload a video? Is this saved? Oh no, that's share screen. Okay, so we're not gonna share the screen. I'll have to drop something. If you want to see the video, the pictures, you can go on my TikTok at girl.start.over or Instagram at girlstartover_. I was extremely attractive, beautiful, thick, had my little belly ring, all the things. But then I got to this place after, like, really early when I started to get pregnant. Hold on, guys. It's hibiscus tea. When I got to this place where I was pregnant, I lost myself. My hair, I stopped doing my hair. Hair got into a fro. Where's my iPad charge? Let's see. Let's see if I can show anyone, because I want to show y'all this so y'all can know, like, this was not like me at all. I've never been this type of girl. Now, mind you, I've always been a girl who like clothes, shoes, hair. Like, I like to be cute in my own unique and special way. Okay. This is what I started to look like. And once again, this is no shade to myself. I went back to look at these pictures and I'm like, I felt the trauma in these pictures. You see that? Okay. And then like, this was me with my cousins and my brother. I'm gonna try not to get them, like, y'all. I got my cousin in here. I try not to get everybody else. And this is such traumatic because y'all, do you see these Skechers? My ankles coming out. I was literally wearing these Skechers for a very long time, and I always wore pants and a shirt. But before I even started getting real big, like, I just completely let myself go, y'all. That was the hardest season of my life. And I remember at that time, the guy told me he wouldn't want to be with me if I wore my hair natural. And that's not something he would want to accept. And it was a whole bunch of other little stuff that was said to me during that time that I had just felt like, oh my gosh. So I went through so much, and I went through not liking myself. I went through feeling lost. I went through feeling overwhelmed. I'm going to doctor's appointments, some of them by myself, some of them he's there. Like, it's just so much going on, like such high emotions at that time. And so I'm saying this because I know what it's like to feel lost and feel like there's nothing for you. And it was a season, maybe it was one way, and then you had a baby and it's like nothing. So I also was writing, like I mentioned before, that time I used to really love poetry, still love poetry. I don't write poetry as much as I used to anymore. But I still do like to write it. But I was writing poetry books. I was doing so many things and then got lost. So the reason I said that is because I want you to take a look at your life and really sit back and think, like, what did I really want to do? Like, what do I really enjoy doing? The reason this is important is because these are things that God put in you that don't change, okay? And Okay, so for example, for me, for makeup, when I was in middle school, I used to literally sneak and put on makeup. Girl, be getting in trouble, all type of stuff for putting on makeup. I remember when I was young, even younger, I used to draw clothes and all this type of stuff. I always was into beauty and stuff like that. And then as I got older, I learned how to do my makeup when I was like 15 or 16 years old. I learned how to do my makeup. I used to be watching YouTube tutorial videos, and I would go in there and do my makeup and stuff, and I would go on about my business. I would be going to work and all this stuff. So think back to stuff that you've always loved and things that you still desire to do. Now, for me, I always bring up hair and nails as the example, girl, because period, we these girly girls. So for you, if you've always wanted to do hair, or you maybe did hair and then you stopped doing hair, maybe you always wanted to do makeup and you did makeup, stopped doing makeup, did makeup, whatever. If you start doing nails, you don't do nails anymore. Or let's just say you always wanted to do Lord, what's another job? A job type. Let's just say you're somebody who enjoys cleaning and you actually like cleaning up people's houses. Let's just say you're somebody who likes clothes, or you like working out, whatever it is. I want you right now to think about that thing it is for you that you genuinely would like to do. I want you to think about that thing. I want you to think about that thing genuinely that you always wanted to do, like that thing that's in your heart to do. So we're gonna write that down. So right now in this moment, you're gonna write down what's something you always wanted to do with your life. Okay. So I want you to write that down, whatever that is. It could be lashes, makeup, hair, anything. And depending on what you say, I want you to also write down the possible businesses that you could create with that thing that you like to do. So, for example, let's just say you said you like lashes. We're just going to use lashes as the example. Well, with lashes, what can you do? You can sell lashes. You can do lash extensions. You can take clients. You can do makeup. If you know how to do brow tint, you can also take clients as well. So I want you to write down what you can do and possible businesses that you can make with that and things that you can do from home with that. So for example, you can sell lashes from your house with your baby. You can take clients at home with your baby. Now, if you don't want people at your house, then take that off, but you can do those things. So I want you to think of those things that you genuinely enjoy doing. And then I want you to write down the type of businesses that you could start with them. The reason you're going to write down the kind of businesses that you can start with them, because you're going to start one of these businesses. Okay. If it is at all possible for you to start them. All right. Now, let's just say you're not in a position where you can get any type of makeup, lashes. You can't have what you need to basically start that type of business if it's something beauty based or something where you really need product and you don't have the capability for the product. Fine. What is something that you're good at and know how to do that doesn't require money that you can do with your eyes closed? Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you this. One thing about the skill that I learned for web design, I'm a self-taught web designer. Okay. The way that I learned how to do web design, I had to do free trials and use free trials for like GoDaddy and different things like that. And I would play around with the websites. Okay. So you have to find like certain things that you can do, even if you do have to pay for it, just like use free trials. But what is it that you're good at that you can do that don't cost money to do? All right. So one, are you good at encouraging people? Okay. Where area are you good at encouraging people in? Let me just say that. That's a gift. The Bible says that's a gift. So let's just say if you are good at encouraging people who are going through some type of life altering decision. I'll let anybody fill in the blank, whatever the specific decision is, right? But then, okay. So let's just say someone is going through like a really life altering decision or whatever the case may be, or you're good at supporting and encouraging other mothers, or you're good at supporting and encouraging kids who might have learning disabilities, whatever the case may be. Whatever area that you are good in your life that doesn't cost money, even if it's with encouragement, you can write a book on it. You can start a YouTube channel. You can also create a TikTok, okay? And you can begin to talk about this thing that you're good at and that you know how to help other people do. As a mother, and especially if you're at home with a baby, you can always help other people solve a problem. If you can help somebody solve a problem, you can make money. Doesn't matter where you are. All right. So we have encouragement. Now let's just say, okay, you might not be happy and you're going through a hard time right now, but you lost weight. Body is tea after you had the baby. Body is tea. You never struggled there. You can make a whole ebook on helping moms maintain their health and lose weight after postpartum. You can help mothers. What recipes do you eat? You can sell recipes. Literally, you can make a YouTube video about this. You can make a YouTube video working out. You can make TikTok about working out, TikToks about postpartum. You can go on Threads. You can go on Instagram. The reason we're talking about these things is because not only are you going to make books, and here's the beautiful things about books. The books that you make, you can make them on Canva, okay? But you can also sell them on Amazon. That is a literal way that I have made money. Literally, that is a literal way I have made money. But you can create the books and then upload them to Amazon, and Amazon will print them off for you. You choose the price of your book. They're just going to take a small fee, and your book is out there, okay? But you have to think about encouragement, like encouragement. I'm talking about encouragement. I'm saying it again, but it's okay. We on live, so bear with me, y'all. So you got ebooks for that. Let's just say you know how to do resumes really well. And if you didn't have that baby, you would be working in a corporate office somewhere. You can help people start a resume writing service. You can also use Canva to create digital planners. And then you can also go on Etsy to upload the planners that you make on Canva to sell them. I want everybody to go to Etsy. That's your assignment today, is go to Etsy. When you on this video, I want you to go to Etsy. And I want you to go to Etsy and literally just like look on Etsy.com and really just like look on there and see the different digital things that you could sell. So whatever it is that you know how to do, make every single product tailored to that. You can sell printed or pre-fillable resumes for like 99 cents or $3, and people will buy them because people need help developing resumes for jobs, especially in today's economy. So I want you to really sit down and think about what you are good at doing. The first thing I want you to think about is what have you always wanted to do and how can you make a business about it? And then what are you naturally just good at that is just going to come to you? Now, I will say this as well. If you always want to do lashes or makeup, but you have done it in the past and you just are not doing it anymore, you can make ebooks about how to sell lashes, how to find vendors, how to do certain things. You can make money from doing that as well, okay? All right. So now that you understand that there's a purpose for your life and there's something that you need to do, this is going to be the tools to help you get money. But we're going to come back to this. Now, how do you take this and utilize this and turn it into money? Okay, we're going to talk about this. This is important. All right. A lot of people do not like social media, or they want to do stuff without social media. And I'm going to give you some advice that don't have to do with social media. I'm not trying to tell you to become an influencer. I'm trying to tell you to find some ways to help a certain type of people, whoever those types of people are, right? It could be moms, it could be dads, it could be children, it could be whoever. You need to find a way where you are actually going to be helpful to someone. That is what God wants you to do. Using whatever gift you have to and that you're good at to help. When you help people, you will have money. Okay, I want everybody to know this. When you help people, you will have money. They'll want to buy what you're selling because you're actually helping them. So you need to figure out how to help the people. All right. So that's what TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, like main places. I like Threads. If you're not somebody who is big on showing your face, but you have a way with words and you like writing, go to Threads. Threads is a really good place to go. And then you can sell your digital products on Threads. If you need help creating digital products, I have an entire couple of tutorials on how to do it on Canva on this YouTube channel, okay? I literally do. So you can go and watch any one of those videos, how to create an ebook, how to upload a book on Amazon. Like, I got a couple of videos about a lot of different things, and like I'll walk you through it. But this is how you're going to do it. You're going to post videos, okay? What will happen on TikTok if you get past a certain amount of, let's do this for a real demonstration so nobody knows thinks I'm lying, okay? Okay. All right, so here's my TikTok. Can you see it? Can we see it? Okay. Here's my TikTok right now. This video is only 5,000 followers, but this video I did right here got like 100,000 views. That video was the video to allow me to start getting paid and getting products sent to me from TikTok. So let's go over it, and I want to show y'all what that looks like. Okay, monetization. Okay, monetization. We're gonna go right here. I get offered stuff like from TikTok all the time. And I've made videos for certain brands, and I just genuinely, me personally, I don't like doing influencing that much because I don't want to make all my content about you should buy this. Granted, you should, but I feel like it's good for people who really like doing it. Me personally, I really just don't like it unless it's something I like wigs and makeup. But my whole point of what I'm telling you is you can get stuff from free from TikTok. Put the stuff on TikTok, and when people buy the stuff off TikTok, you get money for that. Temu, I just did a deal or something with Temu, and Temu sent me a free outfit and some nails and something else, but they let me pick whatever I wanted. So the reason I'm saying this to you is because you're going to utilize your TikTok, you're going to utilize these social medias, and they're going to pay you. Or you're going to join the creator programs, or you're going to get deals and offers for doing certain things. Okay. That's why this is important. So if you use social media correctly to help people, you will be able to make money from there. And that's what I want the girls to understand as a stay-at-home mom, right? Because if you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, and especially if you are a stay-at-home mom and you with somebody who's controlling you financially, well, just imagine posting a video and your video goes viral, right? And I never thought my videos would go viral. I never planned for that. You feel me? Like, that was just God. But imagine your video does 100K, and your video that does 100K, you make $100,000. Imagine your video is a video that does 100K that gets you a brand deal that changes you and your baby life forever. So you have to utilize social media to actually be able to help people. So whatever it is that you know that you're good at, you're going to present it there to help people. And then the format that you choose, whether that's videos, whether that's carousels, which is just essentially words on posts, or just ebooks, however you choose to do it, you can choose to do it. But that's going to be the first way I think that stay-at-home moms can make money, is just doing stuff you're naturally good at. Let's say you're good at folding clothes. You can make a whole decluttering YouTube channel, make a decluttering TikTok page, make a decluttering Instagram page. Watch how fast that thing goes up for you, because you're doing something God wants you to do and you literally helping other women. Okay. So we're going to come off that point. Now, the next thing, if you don't want to get on social media and you're like, I hear what you're saying, girl, I'm not doing social media. Understood. The second thing that you can do, work from home job. I don't know if you've already tried this or not, or thought to, or whatever, but two places I know that do work from home jobs, ratracerebellion.com, Spectre Force Technologies. I think they're just spectreforce.com. And then also something called Live Ops. If you have the correct computer equipment, you can get a contracted position with them, something called Omni, and something called Teleperformance. You can also get customer service work from home jobs. But a lot of women who are stay-at-home moms have had careers, and so you could probably really fix your resume and get a work from home job. But that's also something that you can do financially. Hold on, y'all. I don't know if it's the hair or it's my actual little lash, but I'm like, this thing is playing with me right now. Okay. Okay. All right. So then, now, how I learned, once again, we're going to come back to the web design because there could be something that you want to do to make money, but you don't have the skills to necessarily do it. Now, I will tell you this, I got a free certificate in 2022 from digital marketing in Google. And so there are some free certificates and free things that you can do online, which I absolutely love. But let's just say you want to learn something like web design and you might want to help makeup companies or other companies, whatever. What you can do is go to Wix.com and create you a Wix account and learn how to create websites. You can watch videos on YouTube and type in how to make a Shopify website, how to make a Wix website, and you can go see how people are making websites and start practicing. I don't care if you haven't done it, you're just practicing. Go on any website where you freelance. Hold on, let me see. So we're going to type in something called freelance. Freelance. Oh, they have freelance writing. Okay. But freelance web design, website designer. Fiverr. There's Fiverr. There is, where's some other places like Fiverr? Upwork. Fiverr and Upwork. You can go on Indeed. Looks like Behance, but I know about Fiverr and I do know about Upwork. You can go on there and create a profile and say, look, I'm a web designer and I charge $20 an hour or $50 an hour or $500 for a website, whatever you want to charge. The beauty about entrepreneurship and doing stuff like that is you can charge however much you want for something. You could coach somebody if you know how to fix their problem that they have. So let's just say, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you living with your baby daddy or whoever and you in this toxic relationship, you're obviously not going to make marriage content, right? That's just a given. You're not going to become a marriage coach. However, you could be in that situation, but you really neat, you really orderly. And I can tell you right now, there's some girls out here that would pay somebody, including myself, to really help me get clean and organized and stuff like that. So whatever you actually good at, you got a lot of stuff you can do. So for example, we're going to use that cleaning thing. There's a lady I watch on YouTube who actually do decluttering. But let's just say you got the declutter. First, you got your YouTube. You got your TikTok. You got IG. You can make a community, a course, and then you can make an ebook. The next thing you can offer from that, if people really struggling and want you to come in person for them, come in person and charge more money to do it at their house. But when I tell you, you can literally make money just based off decluttering, doing that because you know how to do it and help people. All right, so we talked about the work from home jobs. I don't know how I got back into this person, but because I said about the skills and whatever. But let's just say, so we talked about the web design. If you don't know how to do the skill, you learn and you go and practice whatever skill it is you want to learn how to do. So for example, coding is another one. Coding is something that is a little bit challenging. However, if you learn how to code or if you learn how to do websites with HTML, JavaScript, and all the things, you don't have to have a degree for that. You just got to be able to prove that you can do it to a company, right? If they want to hire you. So that's something that you can also consider is finding, if you want a job with a specific skill, go and find out how to get the skill for free so you can work on that skill. All right. So those are two major ways you can make money. And then also 3, you can sell things that you have in your house. For me, it was the season of my life where I definitely sold so much stuff, but I was only making money off Poshmark and Mercury. I was selling old clothes, pants. I was selling designer bags. I was selling all the stuff I had literally because I needed money. So if you're in that position and you have stuff that you can sell it. You got 2 iPads, sell one of them. You got 4 computers, sell one of the computers or something, right? Whatever it is in this season that you have that you can sell and you just need from a perspective of money, definitely sell it and do it. Now, that's where we're going to stop at tonight. I didn't realize I've been talking for 34 minutes. I barely feel like I've talked for 34 minutes. So the key is, if you're dealing with somebody and you in a situation where you be in control with money, you got to figure out how to get money. Another thing you can do is go back to school or go to school if you haven't been to school. Why would I advise somebody to go to school? Because if you go to school, you will be able to get some type of assistance with financial aid because you have a baby. And school shouldn't cost that much. And then there's some programs like the WIA, like I think it's like WOIA or WIAO or something like that, where you can get certain stuff for free. So you just got to contact like different schools to see like what type of opportunities is available for you based on what you have going on. So those are some things and ways that you can actually make money online. You also can create a job posting website very similarly to Indeed, and charge for like a membership for people to like, you give them like the best 10 jobs in their field that are hiring. So it's a lot of things that you can do, but I wanted to share this primarily so that every woman can know like you can make money. This is coming from someone who has made money from selling books. Okay. I'm not telling y'all a fiction. I have not only just sold 1 or 2 books, I have sold books on Amazon. Okay. So those things do work. I have sold ebooks. I have sold an ebook. I have done classes. I have done coaching. Okay. So if you know how to help people, you will have money. If you want to work from home job, we talked about Spectre Force, Rat Race Rebellion. If you go look at the Mom's Money Plan class from January that I just posted about a couple of days or a week ago, I don't know when I posted it, y'all. But I talked about some of the stuff in there that is also helpful too. But if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're literally stuck, you have to figure out how you can get out. And a lot of women, you can get out by selling something that you know how to do. That's the main thing. And then you can just start making a little bit of money. And once you start making a little bit of money, like you can leave. Now, a lot of women who are in, you know, when you're used to a man taking care of you, you don't really want to go to another family member's house or whatever the case may be. This is specifically for women who's not married. Like you're single, you're not single, y'all are in a relationship, quote unquote, but he is abusive, toxic, all of the things, and you don't want to be there no more. So I'm not talking to anybody who's like in a healthy relationship. Although somebody in a happy relationship could still do this stuff to get money. But what I'm saying is you'll be able to take some money, you'll be able to go move somewhere or ask somebody like, hey, can I stay with you? You'll be able to work on a credit card or put some down for a secure card. Like it's certain stuff that you will actually be able to do once you have the finances to be able to do it, because money definitely is a real thing. But you don't have to stay stuck, and God can definitely help you get up out of this situation, girl. So this is for all my stay-at-home moms who a man made you a stay-at-home mom, and this man is not holding the promise. This man is being abusive, toxic, manipulative, gaslighting you, and controlling you with money, and you have nothing. You have absolutely nothing, and you can't leave right now, even if you wanted to. So once you implement these things, you should be able to be able to leave. Even if you don't do social media, but you learn a skill and then you sell it, or even on Etsy. And the reason I really wanted everyone to go to Etsy was because Etsy sells planners, people sell templates for social media, people sell checklists, people sell all types of things on Etsy. And some Etsy stores really do make really good money. And posting on YouTube, there are creators who's making money from YouTube. There are creators who's getting money from doing these things. And I also want you to find videos like that and look up stuff, because you will be surprised how fast God can change your life when you just trust him and literally just like continue to go forward. Okay. So my name is Star. Once again, thank you for watching this video. Comment below if you are a mom currently in this position, you don't have no money and you're stuck with this man or whatever the case may be. And you need to figure out who you are, and you need to figure out who God made you to be, and you need to figure out how to get you some money. Comment down below. And my TikTok is once again girl.start.over. And my Instagram is a girl start over _. So I'll see you girls later. I'll see you on the next video. Bye. All right, let's